guys, my name's Hannah. I want to talk a little bit about Alzheimer's today. It's a growing tradition. My grandma was diagnosed maybe about 3 years ago, and millions of Americans and many more around the world are unfortunately diagnosed with Alzheimer's. It's like a memory condition. It's a mental thing. It's really hard, to know that they're still here physically on Earth, but that they may not be, like, in 2011. My grandma was born in 1932, so she's 78 this year. And my grandpa died in 1986. She's, like, way before I was born. Like, quite a bit, like 10, 15 years before I was born. She's mentally there right now. Which even makes it even harder because, like, she still thinks that her grandparents are alive and my grandpa and stuff. I'm going to apologize in advance because I'm going to cry and tear up quite a bit when I read this. But I hope you guys like it, and I just want to say I'm sorry to any other families or Alzheimer care patients. And I wish you the best, and I hope things get better because this is rough. The first one that I wrote, we had went to see her on her birthday. And the title of this thing is Alzheimer's Shouldn't Be What I Think When I Think of You, Grandma, but it is. The older she gets, the slower she talks. The slower she moves her arms up for a hug. Each year she talks about me like I'm 8 years old when I'm right in front of her. I don't have the heart to tell her that I'm 15. I walk into the room down the long hall, and I look at her and smile, only hoping that when she looks at me, she will return the smile and know who I am. I long for the days when I can see her smile. Just once will be enough for me. Sometimes she almost smiles, and my heart starts to beat a little faster. And then to my dismay, the corners of her mouth fall back into the face of my grandma, but not the grandma that I know. I think about how she must feel when she thinks her parents are still alive, and they died long before I was born. When we go to visit, she looks at us, and she hears, "Hey, Grandma," smiling faces of grandchildren she has long forgotten. It must hurt her more than us to realize she has forgotten about the things that she once cared so much about. I can't look at her face for long because I don't want to burst into long sobs. Sometimes on the walk from the car into the building, I pray that she's getting better, or that she won't get mad when we can't take her back with us. I wish sometimes that I could go there and pack up her things and tell her she's going to go home where she belongs, but I know that it's best for her to be here. Her hair isn't that golden brown from the salon down the street anymore. It's turned white and unkept. I can't say much because I'm not sure what to say, or if she'll even remember what I'm talking about. Most of the time spent there in the nursing home is an odd silence. I wish it could be filled with her laughter. When it's time to go, I lean in for a hug, and I hear the words, "I love you," and no matter how hard I try, I can't refrain the tears from flowing down my face as I say, "I love you too, Grandma." As I pull away, I try not to look into her eyes, but I fail every time. The eyes, once filled with so much light, are now dark with small patches of white in them. Yes, those are my grandma's eyes, but not the same. They are a complete stranger's eyes. When I look into her eyes, she isn't the same. Her eyes tell a story, but a story she cannot remember. Each year she gets more confused, and the more tears I cry for her. I love you, Grandma. Happy 79th birthday, July 14th. Oh, hey, I did a lot better that time. This next one is gonna be so much worse. The title of this one is called You May Not Remember Grandma, But I Do. Dear Grandma, I may not look like the little curly-haired blonde little Hannah May that you know, but I promise I'm still here, even if you can't see it. Your mind's been slipping since Grandpa died. I never met him, but I'm sure you guys were happy together, and he made you feel more than you ever knew that you could. Oh, I think of him a lot, and I think of you too. You're still here on Earth, but sometimes it's just easier for me to think that you're not. Physically, you're still here, but mentally I haven't been born yet. It's so hard to carry a conversation with you anymore. I'm not sure what to say. You look like my grandma, but you don't act like her. Your hair is long lost its color since being in the nursing home. Your eyes were once so bright and filled with life, and anymore they just seem dull and gray. You're not sitting in that old purple chair that smelled of perfume in your cat. You're still dressed in your clothes, but they now fit loosely around your body. When you try to force a smile, as much older grandkids come busting through the door, arms wide open, ready for your love, I catch a glimpse of a scared look in your eyes before I bury my face into your neck, longing for the familiar smell of your perfume. But I'm only greeted by the smell of the antibacterial soap they use to wash your back with. I sit on your bed and I look at the pictures on the walls, your dresser. It's almost like no time has passed to you. I offer you my school pictures from the current year, and you refuse and tell me there's nothing wrong with what you have. That they're just as beautiful as the ones I've offered. I know you don't want to keep them because you're afraid to wake up the next morning and not know the face of the girl on your dresser. With each passing visit, your arms don't lift as far as they should when I go to hug you. Your eyes seem to get more frightened and scared when I walk through the door. The visits get farther in between and shorter in length. I hate lying to you about how things are with Foxy in your house. Your entire life. The life you can no longer remember. The life I still wish you could live. Your words seem to come out slower. Your jaw barely moving, even when you eat. I can't even say how sad it makes me that after each visit, I cry the entire 45-minute car ride home. I just want to look at you. I just want you to look at me and tell me how big that I've gotten, or for me to walk through the door and for you to instantly know who I am. I hope that your mind will get stronger and you will regain what you once knew. But each time it's the same thing, just a little worse. Dad says it's a part of life, but I know that he's just as scared as the rest of us. Scared that you'll forget your son, your one and only son. You don't remember Mom and Dad got a divorce, or that they're even married. Mama tells me she'd like to see you, but you wouldn't remember her, and that things will get easier as you slip into the silly state where it doesn't hurt quite as much anymore and everything's just a big joke. I think she's just trying to spare me the heartache. And you too. I know that you'll soon forget me and the memories of the summers I spent with you. But I just want you to know that no matter how much you don't remember me or Gagey or my mom or Dad, we will always remember you. I love you, Grandma, so much. Please get better. I want you to hold me and tell me you know who I am. And you will remember the summers I spent at your house. It's nearly Christmas Eve, you and Grandpa's anniversary, and your 79th Christmas. Happy Christmas and anniversary, Grandma. I love you. Well, that's that. Yeah, so now that I've given you my great long spiel, I want to hear about your experiences. What you've had to deal with, maybe with your grandparents or, whatever, whoever has Alzheimer's that you are maybe related to or something. And I want you to know that it's okay to cry and, to be sad for them, but don't stop going to see them. Because it's only going to make it harder on them, to see their roommates and people down the hall and stuff, for people just to come see them, and for them to feel, even if it's just for those few seconds, that there might be somebody that should come see them, even if they don't remember them. And you may not be able to go out and go get ice cream or something, but you can always ask if ask what they have her on her diet or whoever, and ask if you can give her ice cream or something. Just to play around. I'm so sorry. But just love them and let them know that they still mean a lot to you, even if they're long gone in your mind, or you're long gone in their mind. Clearly, it's late, and I just want to tell you that I love you, Grandma, and I am not gonna forget you, ever. And all of you out there who you have loved ones and family who, maybe they have Alzheimer's, you remember them. You remember that at one point in your life, you meant the world to them. It's not that they don't want to still, it's not that that you don't mean the world to them anymore. It's just that the world hasn't been as kind to it as they have been to them. And even though you have to say goodbye today, tomorrow's always a second chance. When you leave today, just remember that only makes tomorrow a second chance for them to get better. Will you make today's goodbye tomorrow's second chance? Answer me that, and then maybe it'll help. I love you, Grandma. Bye.